And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Turn on the tube, what do I see? A whole lot of people crying, don't blame me. They point their crooked little fingers at everybody else. Spend all the time feeling sorry for themselves. Victim of this, victim of that. Your mama's too thin and your daddy's too fat. Get over it.
Yeah, get over it, get over it, get over it, and do something. Stop worrying. Time to make a change. Change to what? And how do you do it? Where do you get the information? And what should you be doing? And how, Dad? Let me to make it really simple for you. Breathe in and out. Just keep doing it. How can you, think about it. If it was that simple, that you could just, what do I have to do to sustain my life? There's, what's the gentleman's name? Cody. He's a survivalist. He lives up here in Prescott, and he's part of that dual team. I think it's on the History or Discovery Channel or something. This one guy is all techie, goes out, and he's walking around barefoot, surviving. And he has a book. It's called, we're trying to get him on the show, and he lives here. And he's, How to Keep Your Ass Alive. 98.7, man, or 98.6, or whatever the name of the book is just, maintaining a body temperature and food, and that's really all it's about. Very, very simple stuff. And if you took it that simple, I just want to survive this thing. Do you think you're going to change it? Do you think you can direct its flow? I've been getting a lot of calls over the past this week from people inside the Libertarian Party. Now, the Libertarian Party and the Libertarian movement are not even close to being the same thing in my mind, and it keeps getting further and further apart as time goes on. Now, there's people that are Libertarian Party activists I respect a great deal and very smart. And we had, a few days ago, at the top of Freedom's Phoenix for probably half a day, I left it up there, was the interview with Reason.tv of Starchild. Starchild is a Libertarian Party activist in San Francisco, and he's a unique individual. We've had him in studio here. He came and stayed with a friend for a few days here in Phoenix, and we had him in and had a good show. It's in the archive, one of the morning networks I had. He was on, and that was a different crowd, man. They were, the older Republican patriot types, and to have someone that's in the sex worker community and a libertarian activist that's all about freedom. Oh, that kind of sent him for a loop. But you watch the Reason.tv interview that he did from Libertopia. He's a fantastic individual. He's a great advocate for freedom. He and I have been in some email exchanges, and we know each other for many years. I've known him since 96. And what's happened is he's really, really pushing for the Libertarian Party to be more of a vehicle for, freedom, individual freedom and such. But is his talents best used there? Well, I'm glad somebody's there. It's always got to be somebody advocating for libertarianism in the Libertarian Party. That doesn't hurt. But to think that we're going to use some kind of a collective in order to a group, or we all come together, and go fix something. Well, if it's not in support of the individual, it's kind of counterproductive. Well, that's the role that I play in the Libertarian Party because I'm well known in the Libertarian Party movement. I've been a Libertarian for a long time. I've run for national chair 4 times. 4 times. And this last time, I traveled all over the country making a big deal out of the need for activism, for us to represent what's coming and use hardcore, no-compromise libertarian philosophy as not something to be ashamed of, not something to try and, hide from or not detail. That's when you really got to do it. Yeah, but the press doesn't. Screw the press. The lamestream media, the media that's so last century. I'm much more linked in philosophical bent in my head with the agorist, the voluntarist, the nonist, the anarchist, the whateverist. I just had a gentleman this morning came in. He has a new word. I wish I wrote it down. It's where the Greek word for love. It's why they call Philadelphia the city of brotherly love, because it's Phila something. It means love. All right. So he had a word for it, and he's advocating that. And I'm like, cool. Get on board, love train. Love train. This is, oh yeah, and the wallet voting thing, we're still working on that. We'll probably start loading all the stuff up probably by the beginning of next week. We're trying to hit this by the middle of January, and it looks like we got some of the art done. You guys pay attention to this. When I really launch this and we push it, it'll be fun. Because that's one of the predictions that I have. Is it my prediction? I mean, is this a common truth? I mean, can we wrap our minds around the fact that the dollar's going away? I mean, how much do you go on Freedom's Phoenix and you'll see story after story after story after story. I could spend an entire show on just any one of these stories about what is happening to the dollar, what's happening to our economy, what's happening. Now, that's another thing. We were thinking about, we produce more videos. I mean, our videos when we do a video about, how to, the camera fraud thing or 4409 stuff, or we talk about buying and selling silver, or we start doing some gardening things. Heck, Donna's first egg she got from the chickens, man, that just went postal. So I'm going, all right, are we going to start doing more of those? Sure. Featuring what? We're going to have over an acre that we're going to be able to start farming. We're going to start doing big, we've been trying out a lot of different kind of seeds for here, different growing seasons for the last couple of years we've been testing. We have the chickens, the 6 chicken thing, man, that is cool. It's amazing how much those little things produce for almost no work or cost at all. I'm like, man, everybody should have a chicken, So we may get some more of that. We're going to start video archiving a lot of the things that we're going to do starting this growing season, assuming it gets warm again in Phoenix. I'm sure it will. So, and we have irrigation there. It's not free, but, it comes into this area, so we're going to be able to do the water deal. We're going to be able to grow some stuff. We're allowed to have livestock, and I'm going, because there's horses around us and such, and this is still in the city of Phoenix city limits. Now, you guys are going to learn a lot. Arizona's kind of unique. Now, the property taxes, I know they're going to start hitting them with that. It's going on. Now, we're just renting for a year. The reason we're doing this is because we have a lot of stuff, and we need to get mobile. So what we're going to do is we have the space and storage in a barn and outhouses and everything that we can put a lot of equipment in. And we're going to start getting it small. We need to be able to put it in mobile minis or sea containers that we're going to convert, and we'll get them to where they can just put them on a 18 whip, just ship that bad boy on a train, a plane, whatever, a ship, and we can just go wherever we need to get mobile. We need to be free to go ahead and determine where we're going. During this next year, we're going to go ahead and start to, fortunately, I think we got a bead on an RV. We might start, refurbing that. And Donna and I, after a year, we'll make a decision where we're going to go. And if we're going to stay there a little bit longer, and depends how things go out with the economy and such. And then hit the road. Can we find freedom in America somewhere? Is it starting to blossom anywhere by then? Do we have to go out of the country? Because what's my goal? Breathe in and out. And for my family. I have 4 grown children, starting to have, grandbabies. I got in-laws. I got family. Heck, the side of my mother's family's Mormon. Heck, my aunt and uncle have 15 kids, man, and they're all starting to have kids. So, we got a clan. Yep, what are we going to do? That's one thing I learned from, the Mormon side of my family. Man, you better be stocking up on food. I grew up, and you didn't have a year's worth of food under the bed. You was poor. Well, you can be poor, but if you can breathe in and out by feeding yourself and staying warm, you might be able to ride this thing out. We'll go ahead and talk about what I expect coming when we come back. Stay right there.